What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about how my channel is opinion based, okay? And what I mean by that is in channels that are similar to mine are opinion based. It's just the nature of the beast. A lot of us are people that review stuff, gear, or show off their collections or stuff like that, and offer up opinions and reviews in some part are based on opinion, on their experiences, on their level of knowledge, on their practical use of said products, in this case, firearms and stuff like that. And what prompted this video was, I got this comment right here where a guy got butthurt because I said that the first gen Bodyguard was junk in my review of the Bodyguard 2.0, and went on to say, well, if you read about the 2.0, it's you must have just got lucky and everything. Again, I will put it right here. It'll scroll. I had to screenshot a couple of them, and I said, yes, this is my review of my pistol. I'm offering up my opinion over my 3 decades of competition shooting, of collecting firearms, of just gaining all the knowledge I could gain about firearms and the firearm industry and the firearm space and all that other kind of stuff. Every reviewer is like that. Every reviewer is going to offer up it's going to have some bit of their opinion in it, their personal opinion, based on their life experience, based on all kinds of factors. Okay. I've had guns I've reviewed that I love. I have no problems with them. None. Other people have been like, that shit is junk. I just, I had one. It fell apart. It was junk. I don't like them. There's a lot of people. Let's take Glock, for example. A lot of people have opinions on Glock. Some people love them. Some people hate them. Some people don't like their blocky grips. Some people don't like, some people think they're the greatest thing to ever come along. There's been that saying, all handguns should be Glocks, and all Glock should be Glock 19, 9mm, or whatever it is, that form, that type of stuff. So a lot of this is opinion based. When I do a review of a firearm, it's my personal experience with the firearm. Some people share those experiences because they say, I've had people leave comments, and specifically on that Bodyguard 2.0, a lot of the comments I saw were very positive. Okay, I've had a very positive personal experience with my one particular Bodyguard 2.0. I think that is a fantastic little 380. I think in my opinion, it is the best 380 on the market today at the time of filming this video. Okay, that's my opinion. And that's based on ergonomics, based on capacity, based on, the shooting experience, based on accuracy, based on build quality, all that kind of stuff. Now in my video, I had a little bit of a struggle trying to get the recoil spring back in and stuff, but that has not affected reliability. Mine has been 100% reliable. And you'll see this comment, come back to me when you put 600 rounds to it. I got to be honest with you, it's probably got 300-400 rounds to it. Never an issue, not one. But I've seen other channels where they've had issue with certain hollow points, flat nose bullets. I've seen where on the internal feed ramp in the frame of the pistol, there could be a little lip on it. I checked mine. Mine doesn't have that. So every experience, just like everybody's life, they're different. You experience things differently through a different lens based on a bunch of different factors, your environment, your upbringing. It's the same thing with all products, and in this case, with guns. I have Pioneer Arms AK-47s that people will absolutely, that's the junkiest piece of junk ever, and it's got to blow up in your face. Mine work great. I have some, they work great. Fairly accurate for AK, as far as AKs are concerned. They're reliable, never had any jams, problems. Some of them had some QC issues, stuff like that. But so it's just like car brands go. You get these loyalties and all this other stuff. And you see that, but and I'm not bashing this guy. I'm just saying he made a, in my opinion, in my personal experience, having fired the first bodyguard, I did not own it. I didn't buy it because after I fired it, I was like, oh, this thing is junk. In my personal opinion, the one that I shot, I didn't like the ergonomics. I didn't like the way it shot. I didn't like she's junk. And that's my personal opinion. So I don't know why he's getting butthurt about, and I say, you must own these. Oh, I don't own them. But so now think about this for a minute. This is where I will criticize him a little bit. You watched my video on my experience, my singular experience with that singular pistol. And the thing you took out of it was, I made a blanket statement about the Bodyguard 1.0 being junk. And I said in the comment right there, oh, well, you must own one of these because, you know, that's usually what I get is people that own them, they get butthurt because I criticized their gun. Or the experience, I should say, I criticized the experience that I had with the same model gun. And they get butthurt. And then he comes back and says, no, I don't own either. Oh, so you have. Speaking of this gentleman that left this comment, you have absolutely no practical real world experience with either one of these guns. But you felt it necessary to try to chastise me and say, well, you shouldn't make a blanket statement about a gun. If I make a statement like that, that's my opinion. My opinion is the Bodyguard 1.0 is junk. The Bodyguard 2.0 is awesome. Based on my real world experience, having spent time and shot both of those guns. How would it look? It changed the product of the gun, change it to cars. Oh, Ferrari's junk. Corvette is much better. Oh, you've owned it and drove a Ferrari? No. Well, you're saying that because you're a Corvette guy, right? Well, I haven't driven either, but I watched this YouTube video of this guy that drove one, and he said that Corvettes are better than Ferraris, and I read in a magazine. Oh, so you've never owned either, and you never driven either. That's why I try very hard not to give my opinion on any firearm or product that I have not personally spent time with. I don't think it's fair to the product, and I don't think it's look at a magazine and make a judgment about a gun. Well, this one guy on an obscure Reddit post said that he didn't like it. Okay, what? So you have absolutely no real world frame of reference to offer up an opinion. You say you don't own one, but you're going to go ahead and leave a comment in. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about here. On this channel, I love real debate. If you want to disagree with me respectfully, I'll be respectful to you. I will disagree, offer up your reasons and evidence as to why you think a certain way and what your personal experience was. But if you go, well, I used one in a video game one time and it was junk in the video game, so I don't like the M4. What? That's this guy said he doesn't own one. He's never shot the new, but if you watch videos and read about it, you can see that these guns have a lot of problems. I dismiss you out of hand if you do that type of stuff, because you're not. What basis do you have? What basis do you stand on for your opinion? No real world practical action. That's why I like these people. There's people that go out there and they do, okay? And then there's people that sit back on the sidelines and they talk, all right? There's people that will go out there, shoot the guns, shoot the matches, try this ammo, try that ammo, try this different style of reload. And when you criticize, well, that's not how you're supposed to reload or do that. And then there are people that sit back, they watch YouTube videos, they might read some shit on Reddit. They might say they had a friend's uncle's sister-in-law, baby cousin, Tracy mama that said one time that this gun was junk. Dude. So anyway, guys, there it is. I just want to say, in case you didn't know already, a lot of these channels, a lot of gear review, car review, a lot of them are opinion-based. They really have an element of opinion in them. And now if somebody has depending on the video, of course. If you're talking about, and even with stuff with tactics and how people reload, there's a dozen different ways to reload an AK-47. None of them are wrong. Some of them might be faster for some people than other people. There are a bunch of different ways. That's why when I do videos about how I reload a handgun, how I was taught to reload or shoot a handgun, that's how I was taught. It's how it works for me. And I just stay with it instead of changing stuff up. If I've been shooting it for 3 decades and it works, I'm not going to go to the latest and greatest super high riser sight on my rifle. Like that's this high type of stuff. But a lot of it is opinion based, and a lot of it is what works for the personal individual. But if you, and I'm sure a lot of you apply this in your real world, you will dismiss somebody that will have a debate or a conversation with you, and they want to offer their opinion up, and you go, oh, well, this plane was the best plane ever. Are you a fighter pilot? Well, I read and I played video games. So you read and okay. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.